Good day, bonjour, guten Tag, goeiedag. So I did some videos already about Disk Drill 6, but that was basically the beta version and seeing how it worked, finding bugs, reporting them, trying new stuff, trying old stuff and see if there is improvement. And basically I liked it. And I had some licenses to give away that I gave to colleagues. And so we've been trying the beta and now the released version, because Disk Drill 6 has been released. And I'm getting good results, and I hear back from colleagues they're getting good results. The advanced camera module is awesome, of course. I don't want to sound like a commercial, but these are basically conclusions based on working with the tool. And but what I also see is, for example, on Reddit, I see posts from people that try to recover data with Disk Drill 6, and based on the scenario they describe, you would expect they would be able to recover the folder structure and file names as well, but their complaint is that they do not get the folder structure and the file names, and they get generic file names that are generated by the program. The folders are basically just based on the file system type. So all the JPEGs are in one folder, or all the MP4 files are in one folder, etc. And basically, normally when you recover data, you want the original folder structure, file names, and the original data. That's what we always aim for. And sometimes by the scenario, you can guesstimate whether this will be possible or not. For example, you delete a partition and nothing else, you just delete the partition, then you expect 100% recovery with all the folder structure and all the file names and all the data intact. And so if somebody tells you that he did not get the folder structure and the file names, he just got generic file names and sorted by file type, then he's either not telling the entire story, he did more than just delete the partition, or he might have selected the wrong scan mode in Disk Drill, for example. But this can happen with other tools too. And so it may be worth it to first tell you how data recovery tools in general, not just Disk Drill, detect files, and how the different scan modes apply to different scenarios. But I will first give you the TLDR version. If you say, okay, I don't want to know about scan modes and I don't want to know about detection methods, I just want to recover my data. And can I do it with Disk Drill 6 or not? Then I will, TLDR version, I will give you what I call the blue button method. And I will show you, I will start Disk Drill. And here is all our drives and volumes. And so the blue button method I'm going to give you, and basically the blue button method is select the drive or the object you want to scan, so either the hard drive or the partition you want to scan. Let's say this is a lost partition that this drill automatically found. I select it. The blue button method is click the first blue button you see. Again, click the blue button and it will start. Takes a second or two. It will start. And basically you want to let it finish, so you wait till this reached 100%. Now you just need to assume, I will let it run a little further, but then we're going to assume that we reached 100%. I'm stirring my coffee. Okay, I'm going to assume that it's done. Blue button method. Again, we go for the blue button. It will show us the results. And if you don't want to go through all your data, blue button method again is recover all. And so if you do not want to bother with scan modes and detection methods and all that, select the object you want to scan and keep clicking the blue buttons, and all the data that this drill can recover from this object or partition or whatever you selected will be recovered and copied to your destination drive. So that's the blue button method. If you don't want any other information, you can stop here and you are a blue button method member then. Okay, but we're gonna dive a little deeper. And so basically I'm going to tell you that this drill, but this goes for any file recovery tool, has basically two methods of detecting data: the file system based scan and the raw scan. The file system based scan will give you folder names, file names and all that. And the raw scan, by definition, will not give you folder names. It will give you auto-generated names, and files will be sorted by file type. So these are the two scan methods you must keep in mind. And so then basically the scan method, we will, apart from what has happened on the drive and what we will find on the drive, the scan method will partially determine whether we will be able to see folder names and file names or just auto-generated names. So back to what I started with, the people that present a scenario in which you expect folder structure and file names to be recovered, and still they don't get the folder names and the file names. They get auto-generated names. Could be very well related to picking the wrong scan method in this drill. And if we quickly look at the scan methods, search for lost data, which corresponds with the blue button choice, is it's on the one hand the most complete way to scan the drive. It includes a file system scan and a raw scan, but the raw scan is more intelligent than the raw scan you get when you select deep scan. A deep scan will basically look at every sector inside the object you selected, so either the physical drive or part of the drive, what we call a partition. But it will look at each sector. And you can imagine if you are going to scan a 20 terabyte drive, it will take a while to read each sector and analyze it and determine if it could be the start of a file, for example. While if we say the same, what did I say, 18 terabytes? It's a little exaggerated, but if we say we are scanning a partition of 10 terabytes. This stupid numbers. Let's say we have a partition of 4 terabytes. If we do a raw scan, it will need to scan 4 terabyte times one sector. It will have to read a lot of sectors. Of course, there are ways to optimize this, but it will need to cover a lot of ground. On the other hand, if we select the file system scan, we have the chance that we can recover the file folder structure. But also, it will do a raw scan of the space that is not allocated by what we find in the file system based scan. So say we deleted the 4 terabyte partition and the partition was 3 terabytes full of data, then the file system scan will account for 3 terabytes of data, and the raw scan will only scan what's left, so 1 terabyte. So this will be more efficient than scanning the whole thing with the deep scan. So search for lost data is the most complete and still more efficient than a deep scan. Allocate existing data basically means it will show you what you would normally see in File Explorer. It works on existing drives and it will just parse the file system structures and compile the folder file list. So basically what you would normally expect to see in File Explorer. Why is this here? Well, basically it's useless, but there are situations where minor file system corruption will prevent Windows from, for example, mounting a drive and showing you the folders and files and whatnot. But the allocate existing data option will show you the files and folders and everything. So in case of minor file system troubles, this may work. The quick scan is basically the same as allocate existing data. It will parse the file system and it will show you what the operating system itself cannot show you. So this is, for example, deleted files. But it also works if, say, this partition is deleted. It's this partition. So it's deleted. Disk will automatically detect it. Under conditions it does. Under other conditions it may not automatically find a deleted partition, and then you tell it to search for lost partitions, and it will appear here. But as we said, basically the file system is undamaged inside this partition. So this is also something you can use the quick scan for. You see how it quickly scans this entire partition, and if I look inside, it found the entire folder structure and everything. So basically, quick scan tries to determine what the operating system does not show you because it was deleted or the partition was deleted, while the file system is still intact. This is the prerequisite. And then it will quickly show you that what the operating system cannot show you. I'm going back. So search for lost data is most complete. A deep scan is only a raw scan. So basically only finding files based on signature while completely ignoring the file system metadata. Quick scan I just showed you. And so it depends whether we select a partition, we get different scan options than we select a drive. If we select drive, we get search for lost partitions options that we do not get with if we select a partition or a volume. And what we do not get with the physical drive context menu is the very special option of advanced camera recovery. I can imagine this is just a little too much to digest on my website. I did a blog post and I also go over this scan mode, first the detection methods, and then the drill 6 scan modes, the quick scan, the deep scan, the search for lost data scan, so the blue button scan, allocate existing, so this may help you with minor file system corruption, and the advanced camera recovery option. And then I go over whether you select a physical drive or a volume or a partition, that you will see different scan options. And then I give a little table where I basically take a scenario, deleted or lost partition, how do you recommended scan mode, scan for lost partitions. You select the drive, scan for lost partitions, it will show the partition, and then you select the partition and pick the quick scan method, for example. Or a formatted drive, then you basically go with the default scan, the search for lost data scan. So there's a little table with common scenarios and the scan mode you'd pick to recover your data. Basically that's the story. But it helps if you can. Basically it helps if you understand scan modes. You understand what has happened to your drive, to your data. That will allow you to pick the proper scan mode. And remember the TLDR blue button scan mode if you don't care about all this, or you don't understand it, or you don't want to invest time in it. in it. You just want to scan, recover your data, then do the blue button method. And the blue button method, for example, say you reformatted your memory card from your GoPro camera, the blue button scan method is basically useless, but it will always prompt you like scan raw data. It will give you this prompt. Is this a storage device from a camera or a drone? Or you should basically also include modern system cameras and DSLRs, and also anything that produces these high-res images. Basically, you should try advanced camera recovery. So this is the only way where you divert from the blue button scan method. The now soon to be famous blue button scan method. Now, if you have comments for me or questions, put them in the comment section, because I'm basically doing these videos to help people understand. I've done tons of videos also on partition and deletion and stuff like that that people normally would not do. And yeah, but I'm sometimes kind of struggling with what will I do a video about. So mostly my videos are about something I encounter and then think, okay, I'll do a video about this, or some issue or a question that I see over and over again, and I try to do a video about it. And if you have questions or comments, I know the sound is bad, I'm working on that. So no technical stuff with regards to video recording techniques or that kind of stuff. I just want to do simple videos. I want to hit record, start my camera, and start babbling away. Yeah, so technical issues about data recovery, I like to hear about them, and then I can decide to do a video on it or not. And now I'm going to watch back this video, see if it makes any sense, and if I think, okay, this is good enough, you will see this video being posted on YouTube. Yeah, that's it, signing off. Like and subscribe if you want, of course, but if you like the video and you click like, this helps me. And also what I will also do is in the description add a link for a 10% discount for this drill. It's not the cheapest software, but I've considered this too. But if you look what's in there, what it offers, then, for example, dealing with rates, there's plenty of software that has a standard version, a rate version, a whatever version. And as soon as it detects you're dealing with recovering data from some sort of rate setup, they will tell you, you can use our cheap version, you will need the more expensive version. And basically, if you take all this into account, then this drill is certainly not the cheapest thing you can buy. But if you compare it to what this offers versus other tools that will give you a much more stripped down version when you buy their cheap version of the software rather than their extended or pro or raid or whatever version. Then this drill is not excessively expensive, I think. I'm not saying it's not a lot of money, but it's not excessively expensive. And oh my god, there's this annoying fly. It's summer and we're next to the forest and we get a lot of flies. Not related to the subject, of course. But okay, it's long enough. This video is long enough. I'm gonna end it. I'm not gonna end the video. And I wish you a good day, and I hope it helped a bit or not. Bye bye.